All right, so now we're on to the interview part, and I have some questions for you guys, and about just that song that we just played. I mean, you guys just played it and you guys made it up, right? I mean, that's how it happened. I mean, what do you guys feel about that? You guys have any thoughts?
What do you think?
Perhaps. I don't know.
Tell us your feelings about it. What are you thinking?
It's just something I just made up.
Something you felt good about?
I guess so.
I mean, things don't really come to you right away, and sometimes you get blessed. Sometimes it could be years in between things that come to you. Sometimes people tell you they sound like other people, which can be frustrating because you're trying to do that unique thing.
Right. Yeah.
It's almost impossible to have everything perfect the first time. I mean, some people can be blessed by it, but basically you get blessed with like a chorus or a verse or something like that.
But you knew what you're doing the whole time, and that's amazing.
Yeah, I just feel like it's an art, It's something that you have to wait for. You can't force it. If you try to force it, it's just going to be awkward and it's not going to work out.
Have you guys ever thought about making songs, or have you ever made a song before? Is this your first time, or we'll start with you on the right or the left?
I don't know.
Never in your life.
What do you think, TJ?
I don't know. I'm waiting for what you're gonna say. Honestly.
It's up to we're asking you.
Yeah, I haven't made a song, but he's the maker of Sweet Victory, right?
You made a few. I think I'm gonna link them.
I made a few, but you know what? I'm learning that they're getting better as we go along, which I anticipated. But how about you? Do you have anticipation of, making up some songs and stuff? I mean, it's really, if you're gifted, it's not too crazy to do. It's really not too bad. Do you have any anticipation of doing that kind of stuff?
Possibly.
Down the road, maybe?
Down the road, yeah. Your voice and your electric and your acoustic experience is really good, so that's cool.
And I'll link your songs down below because you made a few, right? In the past,
I made a few, but yeah, we're hoping to kind of eventually get something that is going to be a really, really good one in the future. I feel like my voice has come a long way within the past 2 to 3 years. Much like every time I listen to one of the previous songs, it's like it's a jump. It's a huge jump.
I bet.
I almost feel like I can't even listen to the other ones because I feel like it's just that much more glory to God for my voice, and the guitar as well. But it's just, I feel like the vocals can really, really portray what you're trying to say in a song if you can get them to what you're looking for.
Yeah, that's always important,
I'm just trying to not use any cover-ups or not use other people to write my lyrics, and I know everybody in Hollywood's all into Hollywood, and all these celebrities and all these singers, and that a lot of them don't write their own stuff, and that would be very hard for me to live with. I mean, how I don't know.
I understand.
I guess you're making
exactly what you're saying.
A lot of zeros in the bank, but you got some zeros in your heart too. So I feel it.
How long, I have another question for you guys. How long have you guys been playing for? We'll start with you on the left. How long have you been playing guitar and bass, or how long?
Played for almost a year.
Okay.
Guitar for almost 2 years. I mean, guitar for a year and a half.
I heard you played bass too, right? You play electric bass?
Mm-hmm.
How long have you done that for?
I think 7 years.
Not bad. How about you?
Yeah, it seems
Mr.
like
Green?
as long as we've been brothers, But I would say it's been 12 years. But
12 years.
The truth is that honestly, a period from that time, I wasn't really getting much better. I was just kind of sustaining, playing the G, C, E minor kind of guitar life, which unfortunately doesn't really help you grow. The past year and a half, I've been doing worship at my church. Been blessed with some good musical mentors and working with some people that have really helped me push to the next level of, let's not use a capo all the time, or let's really focus on your vocals, or let's focus on what's going to make the song more worshipful and not make everything sound the same, all the same key. So I've been playing for 12 years, but I'd say probably a good 8 or 10 of those years I was just kind of self-sustaining, just floating above, doing the same thing.
Right, yeah.
It's really been a big jump in this past year and a half.
And you've been telling us too, I thought was interesting, is recording yourself after you just play the first time and hearing how good you are with your vocals or with your guitar playing, or is that pretty helpful for you guys? That's made you grow, right? I mean,
It's helpful to me. I don't know if you've utilized that resource before.
What?
Recording yourself.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
it's helped me too. I mean, because I'm a singer too with them, so.
Yeah.
And then I have 2 more questions for you guys. So let's see. So what do you so you guys been playing for a while? Like, what do you want to impress? Like, what is your goal when you play? We'll start with you.
Impress the one person
Yeah.
Who is?
upstairs.
That was this finger, right? That wasn't another. Okay, good.
What was
I
this
want to
finger?
make sure.
Let's make sure it's
Okay.
appropriate.
Okay, good.
My middle
Okay.
finger's right there, so.
Okay. Praise the Lord above. Okay, we're
We
good.
want to make sure we do it right. Yeah. For you, what do you think?
I just think there's a lot of life experience that we all have, and there's certain aspects that we feel like we gain wisdom from challenging things in life. I just feel like to be able to use music to show that wisdom to other people is something that is necessary. It's hard for people to read a 200-page book in our society because people just don't have the patience anymore. But for people to listen to a song, I mean, it just feels like it's easier for them to listen to a song and for people to grasp things. I have been a little disappointed with the music in the past 10 years that has been coming out, unfortunately. I really have, with the repetition. And I really want to strike above that and really go above and say, let's bring some solid meaning to the music. I would like to bring some uniqueness to the music, but I really want people to get kind of my heart. And I want my heart to be laced through every single thing that I'm writing and all the lyrics. I hope that the lyrics show what my heart is actually showing, but I want people to have fun with it too, and I want to have fun with it. There's no reason to do it if you're not having fun with it. But
Right.
I just want people to understand, as I've understood, you know, there's really 3 pieces on the timeline of life. We got the past, we got the future, and we got the present. And so many people just spend all the present time of their life focused on the previous presents or the past or the next present, which is the future. And unfortunately, you lose all your present, and then you're in heaven or wherever else, and
Right.
it's just like your life is over, and you feel like regret because you couldn't live in the present and enjoy it, just because there's regret or pain or guilt or doubt or fear. And I feel like guilt, fear, doubt, and anxiety are just wasted feelings in my opinion, and I believe regret is included too.
Yeah.
Lord's very
agree.
clear that that He has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of a sound mind. And I don't understand that, and I'm starting to break free from some of that stuff. But hopefully, these songs will enlighten people that our past is really all we have. Honestly, your future's not promised tomorrow. It really isn't.
Yeah,
I mean,
true.
And your past, you can't do anything about. So we just have to make the most out of every single day that we have. I know the cards were dealt and the situations were dealt may not be the best, but you need to have joy and show people joy, and fight for yourself too, and fight for your morals, fight for your heart, and fight for who you are, because you want people to remember you for who you are, and not just to live a life that I'm going to do the same thing every single day. You want to have fun and take chances, do everything, but also you want to enjoy your life, and really make sure you
Go the extra mile.
go the extra mile and enjoy it with the people and the family that you know, while you have an opportunity to. So that's what I would say. I would just say the present is so important,
I agree.
and people just are so strapped to the past and can't even think about the present, because you have the future over here and you have the past here, and where's the present? The present's actually on a timeline getting squished. You have compressive forces on both sides crushing the present, and it's moving, so no one ever actually really enjoys the present. So that's what my hope is, that people would do that, and that people would come to Christ in doing that. But before that, I just want people to know that this life is as short as
It really is.
So
We don't know when the Lord's knocking on the door, coming back.
so that's important.
All right, one last question I want to ask you guys before we go. Just what advice would you give somebody if they, maybe they are Christian, let's say, or maybe they're not, but let's just say they want to learn guitar and they want to maybe pick up an instrument and learn it, and they don't have enough confidence to sing in front of people or play in front of people, but they just want to play at a youth band, let's say, in the youth band or whatever. But what advice do you guys have?
Worship tutorials.
What is your personal advice? What has helped you?
Look at the chord charts. Look through the tutorials.
Prepare in advance.
Lord helps you too, right? You pray before you start, and whatever the Lord wants you to play, you play. So it's good. Anything else you want to say?
Well, when I was working in produce one day, I was next to the mushrooms. I forget which type of mushrooms. It might have been portobellas or the white mushrooms or whatever.
They're all mushrooms.
But yeah, but I remember God very specifically saying in my heart, TJ, you need to go to the beach and start this up. And in my head, I'm like, well, people might laugh at me because I really haven't had any singing lessons. I'm just coming straight up, whatever, off the street, and I'm going to be this kid that's doing this, singing, play guitar a little bit, but it's about taking a chance. And you see people, you're like, and then you start singing and playing guitar in front of people, and that was the beach ministry we started up about 7 years ago. And we went out there and basically,
Still up, by the way.
yeah, and luckily God has blessed it with these guys continuing it. But you go out there and you kind of put yourself on the line. You're like, are people going to like start yelling at me and tell me that I'm terrible and like tell me to stop singing? And that's just the fear you start to have in your head.
Right.
And then you go out there and you're like, first of all, people aren't laughing. And I'm like, that's pretty cool. And then you're like,
When people start to record us.
And then you're like, the next thing is like, okay, people are actually like not having like angry faces when they're hearing me sing and play. And then people are actually kind of standing around, and then people are telling me like, you sound good. And I'm like, this is something I wasn't expecting. We're hard on ourselves a lot of times, but
Right.
the truth is music is like anything else. I mean, you grow, you learn, but to have some solid mentors you can lean on to learn further, whoever it is, if it's a worship pastor or whatever, or even getting guitar lessons anywhere is going to help you. Vocal lessons too, but YouTube's a fantastic resource. There's so many free things. You don't have to keep bugging people to keep asking them questions. You could just rewind it, but it's just a time commitment, But that's the advice I would give. I would just say, if you're going to do it, just stick with it. Your fingers are going to get bloodied up. It's what it is. Not
Fight for it through the pain.
Mine's never bloodied up.
But I mean, it's just it hurts. It doesn't feel good to play guitar. It feels good in here. It doesn't feel good here. But after a while,
It's the facts of life, though.
After a while, you just keep doing it. I would just say commitment too. But you pray about it. You say God, but you have to enter in a right heart. If you don't have a right heart, if you're just doing it for show and I can do this, I can do this, I can do this, and then the moment that you make a mistake, you're all self-conscious. So I would say focus less on the mistakes, focus more about the audience one. You're really for God, and all these other sidewinder people that are whatever, in the audience or whatever, or walking by, it doesn't matter. You're doing it for the Lord, and you do it the best you can. You don't slack, and you don't say, I'm not going to practice, but you do it with a heart that's open to worship just Him. So that's my advice.
That's all.
And you gain experience from other worship leaders that have done it for a while.
Always lean on them. They're there to help you. But
Yeah.
anyway, that's all. Is that all you guys want to say?
Sure. Yeah. Thanks for your time.
Yeah.
I know your time's valuable.
Make sure to check these. You both have a YouTube channel, right?
Sometimes we do. Yep.
I'll link them down below, and definitely check them out. So
All right.
that's all I gotta say. All right, say bye, guys.
Bye.
See ya.
God bless.
Time for dinner. Bye.
Bye. Where are we going?
Time to go.
Where are we going?
We don't know.
We're going for fish.
Fish. Nice.